Good, man. We good. Hey, what's going on, brother? How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm alive. I'm breathing, man. I'm thankful.
That's right. Hey, I appreciate your time, man. I know you got a lot going on right now, man. I'm actually excited about everything you got going on. If I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not really big with like the like new artists. You know what I'm saying? But I think you got something special, brother.
Yeah, man. I've been doing music, man, since 2020, and it's been really one of those roads, man. You got to believe in yourself. And at first, I ain't really believe in myself as anyone should if they taking this approach, man. But really, within these last 13 months, man, I really started just believing to the fullest, man. And you know, I've been taking it where it needs to be.
Mm. So enlighten me with the journey. I like to give people like a full point of view of the artist, or I do a lot of boxers and actors as well. Um, Before music, because I listen to your music. I see you mentioned the CDL and driving trucks. What was that journey like?
Man, so I used to drive trucks when I used to live in Jersey.
Okay.
So I took that approach, but I was driving box trucks and they would let me go on the way to get my CDL permit, then get my CDL. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So man, I was making good money, don't get me wrong, but man, I was like, yo, I'm coming home and I'm tired, and then I'm waking back up and I'm going right back to work. I'm like, there's got to be more to life than
Yeah,
this.
nah, because they only give you 10 hours off, and between those 10 hours, you gotta go home, you gotta be dad, you gotta eat, you gotta do everything you gotta do, and then you gotta get back. I know, I got a truck company myself, so that's why I asked.
Yo, I was doing 12 hours a day.
Yeah, yeah, so you was local.
Yeah, I was I used to when I was in Newark, New Jersey, I used to go up to Nassau, New York. I used to go up near Buffalo.
Okay.
Man, they used to have me driving these box trucks everywhere, and it was just like it just got to be a lot, yo. Like I didn't know it really came a lot with the trucks. It's good money, but a lot comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the one thing I tell people is that if you want to make a lot of money, you can't expect to have a lot of time. And if you want a lot of time, you can't expect to have a lot of money. And that's why you got to be able to find that medium ground. You got to be able to grind it out and put yourself in that position. And I see you find a lane, and yo, like salute to you. You dope. Like you a dope ass artist. You know what I'm saying? Like and I'm gonna keep pushing your shit regardless. Like I tell you when we chopped it up, I'm gonna push your music out regardless. I think it's major. You speak on topics that most people don't want to touch on, and that to me is like what separates you from everybody else.
Yeah, man. It's just like I don't I don't go into this gangster rap. I don't go into this, you know what I mean? A lot of this stuff, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's toxic nowadays. You feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah,
You misguiding the youth, and it's like a lot of people who touch on that type of music. If you got kids, man, your kids are listening to you. They watching you every day, and you're a product of what they want to become because you're teaching them how to become a parent.
yeah, absolutely.
So when I'm doing this music, man, I'm talking about like real life things that I go through. But it's crazy how so many people feel the same way. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like a lot of people are different, but we are going through the same things low key.
Absolutely.
So like a lot of people say my music's feminine and all this stuff. I don't pay attention to the critics, but a lot of people ain't gonna talk about this. A lot of people who are saying that, you probably listening to this like, damn, like this is something that I ain't gonna say. You know what I mean? So I really try to touch on like the mental health, you know what I mean? Things that have to do with suicide awareness and like a lot of things that we go through in life, man, that nowadays ain't nobody really talking about. Everybody talking about, you know what I mean? They want to be gangster. They wanna be toting guns. You want to sell this, you know what I mean? And I don't got time for that. So if I could use what I got and you know what I mean, really change things, like I wouldn't say like change the world, but like change people's opinion on how they think. Because man, you'll be surprised how many DMs I get like, yo, man, you listening to your music done changed my life. Like, yo, man, I heard this song and I was on the brink of just, giving it all up until I found you and you gave me some enlightenment. So
And that's a beautiful thing, man. That speaks volumes because there's a lot of artists out here that's popping, but their music got no substance. There's no content. The beat sound good. They might have a catchy hook, but there's no substance. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what separates you from everybody else, from the production to the bars, to the delivery. And like when you put the records together, when I'm listening to it, it's like I could be in the booth with you. I could feel the passion that you deliver these bars with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a big difference between you and anybody out right now. And that's why when I caught wind of it, I said I gotta reach out to this brother. I gotta see how I can get in touch with him. And again, man, salute to you for giving me your time, because you on a heavy ground right now. And however I can help catapult you to the next level, whatever I can do on my side, I'm here to support you, brother.
I really do appreciate that. And I want to say, man, I appreciate you just, giving my music, the time of day. So like when people tell me like, yo, man, I've been listening, to your music. So that song you said about the CDL, that's Be Straight.
That's the last track. That's the last track on the last album.
Yeah. So
I'm in tune,
like,
brother.
And that album right there, man, was inspired because I lost my brother to gun violence. You know what I mean? My brother was into the street life. He saw both sides. He did 6 years in prison. And then he wound up coming home, and he was out 2 years and he died. And that's just like a prime example, man. Like there's no in between. There's no in between. It's either one of the two, or if not, you get one, you're gonna get both of them in due time. So after everything and that happening, man, I just really had to understand, like, this life is not a game, man. Like it's a present to be present. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm not taking that lightly at all. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's not promised and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to make positive music, man. Because listen, it's priceless for somebody to say, yo, bro, your music changed my life. I didn't want to be here until I heard your music. I don't care about the money, man. I've had deals offered to me. I don't care about the money. I don't care about, you know what I mean? The money's gonna come. Granted, obviously I want to feed my family,
Absolutely.
but there's a bigger purpose. You know what I mean?
Now, but and I can get that from the music. Like I said, everything is so passionate. I see you speak towards mental health. You mentioned you have daughters. You mentioned that in your music often, and you got more than one track where you reference, praying to the Most High. That's something that we need to bring more light to. People no longer even speak. The last real artist that I could even remember would reference the Most High all the time was DMX. He always had a prayer. He had a track or two, and like so in that aspect, I connect with you directly, because like I come from a sinful lifestyle. I grew up. I matured as a man. I moved my family. I'm from the Bronx. We moved down to Florida because I wanted to get him away from the violence. I knew the lifestyle I had. I knew the upbringing I had. I got 4 boys, so I wanted to give them something different. So we live in Florida now. So when I hear you and you talk about, your mom's telling you, when was the last time you prayed, though? You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's real shit, right? Because you be like, yo, mom, this, but when was the last time you prayed, though? So you got a lot of shit in your music. Like, literally, I dumb out. I put the headphones on, and I just lay back, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, press play from beginning to end, and it just flowed the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, man. So like when I wrote Conversations with God, I was literally in my mom's garage when I was writing that song. And it was on some type of time, like, a lot of us, when we go through things, we turn to something. And that's just like the human nature, whether, you know what I mean? Some people turn to drugs, some people turn to alcohol, some people just, they might turn as a person and lose themselves for a little minute. So, man, I ain't gonna lie, I used to be real bad on the alcohol, you know what I mean? And like, I had to realize that how much that impaired my judgment. As much as people want to talk about, oh, this doesn't impair me or this doesn't change my judgment, man, when you sober up and you really start to really be honest with yourself, it don't matter what he's saying or she's saying. Let's be real with yourself. Like, how much did that affect you? How much did that used to, affect your emotions? You feeling down, but this is only temporary. So when you sober up the next morning and you go into your job, you still gonna feel the same way. So I had to realize, like, my mom, she's really talking life into me right now. So I had to really let go and let God be. I'm like, it was just so much going on, man. So when I wrote that song, that was like me actually saying my prayer to God, but through a song.
Through a song.
And I thought that was really dope. Mind you, I didn't expect that song to do what it did, but it was like, I had to sit back and think about it. I'm like, yo, so many people can relate to this.
Absolutely. Now, and that's what makes it powerful. Like, you have something about you, something special about you that, like, I put my kids on to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my oldest is 16, I got one 13 about to be 14. Like I put my kids on to you. They putting their friends on to you. I put my fam on to you because there's just something about what you bringing, something about the substance. The fact that like you're not the clean rapper. You're not like no curses, but you only curse to express to really get that point across. You're not just cursing for no reason. Your music when speaking is not really too vulgar, but the message is clear. Whatever it is you're putting out, like I like how you could touch on different topics. Like it's a vibe that we gotta do something. We gotta push that out. We gotta get that out. It's a vibe. That track by itself should be enough to catapult you. Broken Heart, bro. Real shit. Like that's the song that got my attention was Broken Heart. That hook, you got so much passion in that hook, bro. When I heard it, it caught me. I was like, oh shit. And in reality, I saw you pop up in like a reel or something. And I was like, hold on, let me find this out. I started Googling, boom, you popped up, and the rest is history, bro. I've been tapped in since.
Yeah, man. It's a vibe. That's the very first song I wrote.
Really?
And yeah, and I made that song for my other half. That the female in there, that's my other half. I'm still with her still to today. And I made that song towards her, man. That was the very first song I dropped. Once I dropped that song, I had where I'm at in Florida. I'm in Florida too, by the way. So I had everybody around the town like they was bumping it. Even people that didn't like me, they was bumping the song. I'm like, yo, like I knew it was a good song, but I ain't know it was gonna touch like that. Like, but all around, it's a vibe all the way around.
All the way around, and just like I said, the way you express yourself, because like think about like the hot track on that's popping right now, addressing the female. There's no respect. The male don't put respect on the female no more, and vice versa. The females don't put respect on the men, and that's why our communities continue to fall apart because that's what society tells us we're supposed to be, and unfortunately, 95% of our people follow that same pattern. They tell you, yeah, she's a jump off. Hey, he ain't shit. Yo, I've been with my wife 20 years. You know what I'm saying? She's been with me since I was 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? So like, we've been through it
Like,
all. You know what I mean? We've been through it all. So again, when I hear that, that's another thing I can relate to. I can connect with you on that level because it show that you're not the average dude out here because anybody could let a shorty go and start fresh. That's too easy. But when you really stick it out, when you go through the hard times together, that's when you know who's really down for you. And like I said, I can feel it through your music because it's easy to write 16. I used to write music too when I was in the streets. I put out mixtapes. If you listen to the music that I did back then and you see how I speak today, you'd be like, that's two different people. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, I was a teenage wild goon in the streets versus a grown man with a business and a family. Two separate people, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I'm a step parent. So my oldest, she's 14. So and then my son, he's 8, and then my youngest, she's 2. So it's like I don't know what do I look like trying to degrade woman and I want somebody. I'm a good man. You know what I mean? So I don't want to project some type of music and then it's contradicting myself on who I am. So, because what really touched me, Cardi B, she's like, I make this music, but I don't let my daughter listen to this, and that's when it hit me, dog. I'm like,
yeah,
yo, that's so contradicting. Like, so you gonna poison all these other people, but not your own children. It's like, how much do you really care? So it's really about the dollar. So it's like when I do make my music, I might have a cuss word or two, you know what I mean? But like you said, it's not derogatory music. It's not one of these type of songs.
It's in the moment. Like I said, when I listen to your music, when you do a curse word, it's really to help really get the point across, really exaggerate the point you're trying to make. There's songs that just got crazy curse words in it just for no reason because they don't have the talent to actually come up with a different word to replace that. You know what I'm saying? And I salute you. Like, there's a lot of words that you don't use that the average artist uses on a regular basis. That by itself separates you from everybody else. And one more thing. You said you a stepdad. I salute you for that even more because I believe it takes a lot more to do for one that ain't from your lineage. It takes a bigger man, a greater man to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, we got how many fatherless children out here? So there's cats that won't step up for their own. you're not only doing for your own, but for one that ain't from your lineage, bro. I salute you for that. Real talk, man.
Man, respect. And don't get me wrong, like I'm only 25, so like I'm still young and I'm still learning. You know what I mean? Like my first couple years, it was like I can't lie, like you know what I mean. I had to really, really understand, like yo, even though y'all go through something, you and your other half, you know what I mean? You got to realize how much it affects these kids. I was just talking to my other half today about that today. So I'm really getting an understanding of that. And it's just, man, I don't hang with people my age because a lot of people my age, they either try to be on the club scene, you try to trade to be something that you're not. And I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? A lot of people I can have intellectual conversations with my age. And granted, if I do run across somebody my age and we're on the same type of time, I totally respect it and I salute. But this generation nowadays, man, is so misguided that, like, the way I carry myself, people tell me all the time when I tell them I'm 25, like, oh my God, I didn't know. I thought you was like 30 years old. Like, nah, man, it's just, there's a certain way I present myself because that's who I am. And I'm not going to water myself down just to try to hang with a bunch of people who really don't care about me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how deep you get with the scriptures, but that's actually biblical. You know what I'm saying? The scripture tells you people are going to have eyes but won't see. They're going to have ears but they won't hear. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you bring them this reality check, unfortunately, a lot of them are going to be like, oh, you think you better. Oh, you trying to flex. Or you hating, right? Nah, like, because I love you, because I fuck with you, I'm going to be able to tell you, bro, you fucking up, man. You know you ain't supposed to be out here right now. Go home with your wife. Go home with your kids. You know what I'm saying? But most people won't do that. You know what I mean? They won't take it that way. They're going to take it a complete different direction. But that right there should let you know how that person views you, right? Because I tell people all the time, if I fuck with you, I respect you. And if I respect you, I won't lie to you and I won't let you do no funny shit that I know you not to be. Because if you want some type of funny shit, I won't be around you anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And it's like this. It's like that yes man. You know what I mean? Like my brother who died, one thing about it, he was like, mind you, that's not my biological brother. You know what I mean? We just know each other since kids, but man, I got so much love for him. Like that man used to come check up on my moms and you know what I mean, when I'm not around and make sure, my cousin's there, that my mom's over there watching and taking care of now, like they good. So like that's a different type of love.
Absolutely.
But one thing about it, if maybe I might be wrong with things I might go on with, you know what I mean? I might, say something to moms that maybe might be out of pocket. When we together and we alone, you wrong for that. You need to get it together. That's your mom's, or you know what I mean? Yo, bro, you need to get it together because of this. You know what I mean? So that man ain't gonna sit here and be like, yeah, bro, you right through everything. Like, bro, I don't care how you feel about me, but you wrong, and I'm telling you that because I love you. You can take it for what it is. We might, if we get into a little something, we fall off for a bit. He was like, I don't take it no type of way. He was like, you just gotta learn how to grow up as a man. And he was being so honest. So like, I really take heed to them talks more often nowadays because, unfortunately he passed. But
yeah. But unfortunately, sometimes we don't. We're not prepared to receive these these jewels. You know what I mean? These gems that we're given. But time will eventually force you to realize what's what. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know you from too far back or anything like that, but I can hear in the song Different Man. I felt like you was really I'm not gonna say in your bag with that track. I'm gonna feel like you was really in tune with yourself. You was really like, that was like a therapy session. When I heard that track, I felt like it was a therapy session. Like you was releasing this shit, you was getting it off your chest. And I don't know how what your headspace was. I know like from writing, you got creative writing and things of that nature. But the way that track is put together and the way you deliver it, even the hook, when I listen to it, I'm like, I felt like that was your therapy for you.
But say that last part one time. My daughter just walked out here. Say that last part.
Yeah, no, I feel like that was like therapeutic for you.
Yeah, so like in Different Man, like I was really pointing out, you know what I mean, like things with my brother, how I misled him for who I used to be. You know what I mean, like just like how I tried rap before, but man, I was so young when I first tried it. It was just like, yo, if it ain't popping like this when I first tried it, know what I mean? I'm finna jump back and do what I do. I know how to make money out here.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like, when I made the song and I really started to take my craft serious, I was low-key calling myself out, like really getting the understanding of myself. So like you really hit it right on the head. And it was just like the second verse when I came through and I was like, I told them I'm a star, late nights in the booth while they turn up at the bar.
Yeah.
Like I had to really understand, like, yo, bro, like you really not like a lot of these other people, like, bro, like you're so tuned in what you doing. Like, and not like I said, I'm not better than nobody. I don't carry myself higher than any man or any female. No, none of that. I just know who I am. And some people might take that for cockiness, but that's the confidence I learned to, get within myself.
Absolutely.
And that's like I told you, I didn't believe in myself when I first started. So when I started to believe in myself, I had to realize the difference between cockiness and confidence. I'm like, man, it's not you being cocky, bro. That's just knowing who you are. And some people might interpret that the wrong way, but as long as you know who you are and you know what I mean, you showing people that respect and you still being this humble person, it shouldn't mean nothing what they say.
Big facts, big facts. And the only reason why someone would take that confidence for cockiness is because they lack their own confidence. You know what I'm saying? I tell people never dim your light so they can shine. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. You know what I'm saying? What you got going on is something special. I see big things for you in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a sound that is tapped in with the current sound. But you put bars together. You're not just like anybody could write bars, but can you actually put together a track? You know what I'm saying? That's where like a lot of big rappers they fall apart, right? Because think about like I like Charlie Clips. You fuck with like the battle scene?
Yeah, I be listening here in the rap battles.
Yeah, so Charlie Clips, Murder Mook, like they like legends, or even Cassidy. He had a run as an artist, but we fell in love with them for having bars. But I can't think of one record, like a hit record that they're a part of. You know what I'm saying? You have the ability to put bars on a record and then follow it up with a hook, and you don't need a feature. That's the crazy part. You don't need a feature. You know what I'm saying? Like you creating hits by yourself. That sets you apart from everybody else. Now I know you said that you tried to do rapping early on when you was younger. A quick question for you is, was doing music like your first love, or did you have different aspirations when you was younger before you went into music?
Nah, man, I love music since, who really inspired me, and it's crazy because I don't sound nothing like him, is Wiz Khalifa. That's how I actually started smoking back in the day. You know what I mean? I was so influenced by Wiz. I thought I was Taylor Gang back in the day. So like I used to be 11, 12, rapping in the back of my mom's the patio, and my brothers and sisters and even my people were telling me like, give it up. Like this is, you know what I mean? It's just like, and it's so crazy because like in Red's world, I used to laugh about me. Now they all believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy how so many people believe in me now because I've always freestyled. I've always used that pen and pad. And when I had got locked up, that's when I really found like I got it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I couldn't sing before. It took me to be in the box for 3 months, and I had to like by myself. That's when I just started messing with my vocals. That's when I really learned how to sing. So I've always had the love for music, and also why I didn't want to pursue music so much because I'm an open-minded person. I understand what the game comes with, like, like all this people signing for this money, and like I look at it like this: I'm working this hard independently. I'll be damned if I go ahead and sign something over to give everybody I work for this here.
Yeah. No.
And so, like, it's just one of those things. Like, I've always loved music. I've been doing it since I would say, man, over 10 years. Not seriously, but I've been doing music for a very long time. I've been at it so much that it's just now like I write these songs like Broken Heart.
Yeah.
I wrote that song last year in 2021.
Oh.
I'm still in 2022, but you know what I mean. I wrote it in 2021. I just dropped it in October.
Yeah.
So like I got so much music that I've been dropping from the vault that it's like I'm writing so much new music now, and I'm putting this new music in, but I'm letting all the old music out, and it's crazy how the old music is doing numbers.
Yeah. Nah, because like I tell everybody, good music is good music. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned Wiz Khalifa being like your inspiration. was that the deal with the dreads? I see you cut the dreads off.
Yeah, well, whatchamacallit? I had got the extensions in so I could start, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing my hair. I meant to get my hair done again, but it's just I've been so focused on, you know what I mean, being a parent, doing what I have to do with this music. So it's like when I tell you, man, I've been busy as far as like trying to connect and do what I have to do. Like I got people like Shy Glizzy hitting me up and a bunch of these big artists now hitting me up. So
What's up?
I don't know, man. I just like and you know with music, you gotta have an image too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, like I see like Wiz with the whole thing. Like I still love Wiz Khalifa still to this day. I still be bumping all the old music from back in the day.
For sure.
And like that's why you know that's really why I started doing my hair like that too. I'm just like, man, I don't want to be like this dreadhead, get the wicks like everybody in Florida. But I've always wanted my hair, you know what I mean, you know, down. Yeah. So that's why I started doing that.
I can dig it. So you mentioned about doing time. So you had a running from the law, running with the law. What type of impact did that have on you? Like you spoke on it, it helped you develop your vocal skills, but like mentally, like where did that put you? Because like from my personal experience, when I first dealt with the law, it put me in a kind of like in a deeper space where I was like, well, fuck it, it's up from here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But then I'm back out, and then I got kids, and so then my kids become my whole different motivation, a whole different drive. So like for you, coming from your perspective, where do you go mentally aside from music, or did music help you get through your time?
Music did help me get through my time, and I had to realize, man, that was a big part of me. Like me going to prison, I know this sounds crazy. That was the best thing that happened in my life. I'm so serious. Like I'm one of these people that I go through something, but I don't forget the lesson and I learn from it. Like if you hear the name Department of Corrections,
yeah.
Like you can really take it for what it is, or you can keep living in this, you know, revolving door.
That's fine.
So I had to understand, dog. Like you not a bad person. You messed up.
You made a bad decision.
Sit down there and do your time. And I told myself, I said, bro, you're not gangster. You're not a thug. You know what I mean? You ain't none of that. I said, there's a spot for people like that, and you in it. You know what I mean? So you know what it's like being in here. If you gonna come out and keep betraying yourself like that, you either gonna be back in here or you gonna die next time. I had to realize, I'm like, you know what? You know, that it's not me. And I don't care who felt any type of way about that. Because when I got locked up, I had just turned 18. So it was real devastating because when they locked me up, I didn't have a bond. I had to sit down and lay down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to realize, like, this is not my life. I don't want to be in this cell for the rest of my life around a bunch of men. All I gotta do is fight all day.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I started to really find myself with the music, and music really helped me get through it. And like when I used to hit the music and stuff, everybody used to be like, yo, Dick, you gonna be somebody when you get out. You gotta stick with the music. Like, yo, you hard. Like, yo, why you playing? Why you in here? And you know, when you hear it from one person, you hear it from two people, So when I started to get everybody telling me the same thing, it's just like, yo, bro, you gotta get right. So it really opened my eyes. But for a minute though, I wasn't in a dark, deep place. When I first got locked up, I was on some type of time. Like I was skinny at the time. I was like 120 pounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I was in prison, that's when I gained my weight. I started eating good, and you know, and I felt like I had something to prove because I'm so small.
Yeah.
But I had to realize, yo, like you need to chill out. And I don't know, it's really one of them things. Like if you take a situation like that and it's something so negative and see the positive and what it's trying to give you, like I said, it's called Department of Corrections for a reason. You can either take that for what it is or keep seeing that revolving door. I got that concept. And I'm like, I'm not going back. I'm not going to put my life in jeopardy. If they want to go this way, I'm going to go this way. Everybody want to do this, I'm going to do this over here.
I tell people all the time, man, when it comes to life itself, as you grow, you got to learn to stay away from people, places, and things. That's the only way you're going to be able to separate yourself from everything else. You know, I tell people it's too easy to fit in. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more work to stand out. And a lot of people, they're not okay with that. You know, you got to become comfortable being uncomfortable, and really just being a trailblazer, making your own way, making your own path. Um, so you got the project out, right? And if I'm not mistaken, you released your last project in March, right?
Which mean last project,
Like
like
the
my last album?
Yeah, the album was back in March, I think.
No, the album was released in August.
In August. No,
Well, no, I'm lying. July 29th is when I released the last
July
album.
29th. Okay. Now I noticed you got some singles out that are not on the album. Are these new singles building up to another project? You got another project in the works, or what's going on with that?
Oh yeah, so like I got this. I could make pop music, man. I could write country music. That's how real it is. I mean, I could do all around the board. You know what I mean? I don't know if you heard the song "So Long." It's a
So
different
long.
style than
Yeah, that's so long. Yeah, that's one of your singles though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a different style. So I want to give people this year the two albums, but I want them to hear the pop side of 2SAUCE, and I want them to hear like like not like the not like this gangster rap or nothing like that, because obviously I don't make that type of rap, but the type of rap to where like even the people in the streets, they can feel it. But also too, it's like it's on some humble type of time. Like, yo, he ain't trying to be nothing that he's not, but he's just we can feel it type deal. So I really want to give you two lanes, man, because once I started doing certain type of music, it's like it opened up two different lanes. Like I got the song Best Friend when I first started doing music. That's a whole different side of 2SAUCE. So this year I'm gonna be dropping an album. It's called Now They Know Me, because I did in 2020 Get to Know Me. So it's been some
That's
years
the
now.
first
So
album. Get to Know Me is the first album.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now the first album I dropped this year is gonna be Now They Know Me, because people start to know who 2SAUCE
So
is.
that's fire. I like, because you see, this is what I'm talking about. You like everything is structured. You know what I'm saying? Like you put out the first album, Get to Know Me, right? You got the project that you put out in July, which is rocking right now, and now you got the third album coming out. Now They Know Me. That's fine. Like that goes to show how far ahead you already thinking. You're not just going with the flow. You're thinking far ahead. These are things that most artists, they'll sign a deal for like 100,000, 500,000. They don't understand taxes. They don't even understand that money is not yours. That money's a loan. You know what I'm saying? You in the hole for 500 bands. If your units don't move, and nowadays I think it's harder with the streaming. I'm not really too familiar how the streams work, but I think you got to get X amount of streams before you can get X amount of credit back for it. In regards to actually moving units, these artists ain't doing it like it was before. Back then, it was easier to count the units. The streams, I think, is harder to keep up with. Um, what you doing, having full control over your music, your material, and nobody having their hands in the pot, man, it's gonna help you catapult to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah, see, and this is where I started to learn the business side last year. I'm like, yo, bro, you got the music down pat. You can make a song. You can know how to structure it. I said the only thing I'm really lacking is the business side. So like last year, I got an offer for 750,000. I got another offer for 450,000. Just I'm not worried about this money right now. I'm worried about the long run. Because by the time when my kids they get older, I want them to be able to, you know what I mean? Be all right, but I'm owning my stuff. This is everything I work for.
Absolutely.
So, like right now, by myself, that Broken Heart, man, just on Apple Music, it's over 60,000 streams right now.
Yeah, nah. The Broken Heart go hard, man. Like that shit go hard. I feel like there ain't a person on this planet that can't relate to that, because everybody deals with something within that nature at one point or another in their life. That track, like I said, that's the one that really got my attention. And then I did some more research, and I'm like, oh, he got mad music out. And now, boom, I'm locked in. I'm rocking with you 100%. I see you speak a lot about like mental health. Is this something that you're doing for self, or you just trying to create a like an outlet for others to be able to be okay with? Because I know, unfortunately, like mental health is a real thing that people have to deal with. But then you got others that they use it just because it's an easy way out. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's messed up, because the person that's really dealing with mental health might get overlooked because the person before them maybe wasn't genuine or sincere about what they were dealing with. So, like, what's your take or what is your position when it comes to mental health? Is that something that you deal with at times, or you do it for those that are actually dealing with it?
Man, I'm gonna keep it the whole band with you. I'm still dealing with depression. I'm still dealing with my whole mental health issue. Like my brother being murdered, that was a big thing for me. Like it's not like he died in an accident. It's not like he had a natural cause of death. Like he was actually shot and killed.
Yeah.
So like that's one person. Like I don't have friends. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't have friends. Like that's the only person I let be around my kids. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just bring anybody around my kids. So when I started realizing how much mental health like I had to deal with, like yo, like bro, you got a real problem. Like you gotta understand that. Like you know, you over here making irrational decisions because you're not right up here. You over here drinking, you really just causing more damage to your mental health.
Yeah.
It's cool to have a drink and be casual, but yo, when you and I'm gonna tell you this too, even with the marijuana, a lot of people they abuse it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't care if you say, "Oh, bro, I'm not addicted to nothing else." You abuse it the wrong way. You understand, like these type of things play a big part on how you think, how you move, how you react to situations. And yo, I'm the one to call myself out. I don't care what you got going on. Like that no disrespect, but in order to piece this apart, you got to really understand what you got going on. So once I started making this type of music, and it wasn't until like people started reaching out to me like, yo, man, your music is helping me in ways. And I'm like, yo, I'm suffering through this. I'm making this music for ultimately me. I make this music because, bro, I bump my, like, I'm my biggest fan. You feel me? And the way it started to touch people, I'm like, yo, you really set a bar for yourself to where, like, people are coming to you, like, yo, 2SAUCE, like, can you make this type of music? Like, yo, bro, you're helping me out. So initially, it was for me. You know what I mean? And granted, I'm still like making for me because I know I deal with a lot. But the fact that I got a whole community of people that is healing, that's priceless.
Yeah.
You can't put a dollar on that. You can't put a dollar on somebody coming in your inbox being like, yo, bro, I was about to lose it and your music kept me here. That's priceless. You done saved that man and his whole family from suffering.
Yeah.
Or he could have had kids. She could have had kids. You saved somebody. And I had to realize, man, and this is deep right here. Hear me when I say this. My brother passing saved so many lives with this music. And that's deep right there.
Yeah.
One person that I lost so highly in my life is really saving a lot more other people. And it's crazy how God works. R.I.P. my brother, but
all day.
That's deep right
there. Yeah.
That's deep.
And you're right 100% about that because I stopped drinking in public, period, years ago. Me and my right-hand man, he's like my brother. My kids call him Uncle K. We was down in the city, in the Lower East Side. We was having some drinks. It was a good time. 2, 3 in the morning, you know, New York, they don't close till 4 in the morning, the clubs and shit. So we leaving like 3 something in the morning. There's a McDonald's on the corner. We stop. He want chicken nuggets for whatever reason. He want nuggets at 3:30 in the morning. He going there. I'm not feeling too tough. So I'm just like, yo, I'm going to go between these 2 cars. I'm going to make myself Earl so I can feel a little better. While I'm Earling, he's in there. He getting some nuggets. They scrap. He get into a scrap with like 2, 3 other motherfuckers over these nuggets, bro. Like, it's crazy. The simplest shit. You think about chicken nuggets, and he getting jumped by 3 dudes. I'm between cars throwing up.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. We good. There we go.
Okay. Now it cut out. It's free Zoom meeting ended. I don't.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, nah, like I was saying, over some nuggets, you know me, my brother's in the McDonald's, and he get jumped by some dudes. Thankfully, you know, he just had a couple scuffs on him, I'm saying, from the situation. But in that moment, I realized, like, if I wasn't sauce in the streets, if I wasn't smack in the streets, that would have never happened. I would have been on point to hold my brother down. Like, you know what I mean? If he wasn't sauce, he would have held himself down even better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and from that moment forward, I never drank in the street again. When I do have a drink, it's at home with my wife. It ain't nothing too crazy. I'm in the crib. I'm with my family. I'm not going to be outside. And like you said, too much of anything is not good for you. And that's a fact. People don't understand, like, when you smoke the weed too much, it really impacts your everything, the way you think, the way you react. I know people that got issues with their finances and they don't acknowledge it. Maybe if you don't buy so much bud, if you don't smoke so often, you have some more bread in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And so you hit the nail on the head when you spoke on those things, and a lot of people don't acknowledge and realize what it takes to really keep themselves together and put themselves in a better position. And at 25, it seems like you really got a great understanding on what it is that you want to do and where you're going to go with it.
Yeah, man. It's just like I said, it's being real with yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of people try to call other people out. You know what I mean? You know your hands dirty, but you worried about their hands being dirty. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. Like, it's just the way life, I would say prison. That's why I said prison's where it was one of those bittersweet things that happened. Like, that helped me grow up as a man. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out my grandfather too, because he, you know what I mean? He always tried to be there and show me the way. But it's just like I had to really learn on my own. But like as an adolescent, when I was messing up and doing that, I had to really understand these type of things. And like me losing my brother and stuff like that, when I was smoking hella weed, like, bro, I'm spending $600 a month on weed.
Yeah.
You know, that right there is enough to pay your insurance and maybe another bill.
Yeah, no, that's your insurance in the car, no, depending on what you're driving. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm like, and mind you, I'm you know what I mean? I'm going through some things right now, so I can't smoke right now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it so real with you. I got pulled over for speeding, so I'm on probation in Georgia for tents, speeding, and they hit me with reckless driving.
Okay.
And that was just like, all right, cool. And I understand this. I put myself through that because if I wasn't speeding, I wouldn't be going through this. I don't care. I could be mad at them. I could be mad at the outcome. At the end of the day, take a step back and look at yourself, bro. You wasn't speeding. You put yourself through this.
Yeah. Accountability. You know? Accountability. I respect it. That's accountability.
All right, we should be better now.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
All right, yeah. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's all that happened.
Hey, nah, but you 100% about right about that. And accountability is one of those things that a lot of people lack. And not just in like your situation in relationships, at a job. I mean, like, dude mad because his boss slipping on him, but he don't acknowledge he been late 3 out of 5 days this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, your boss let you slide one time, third time he gotta say something to you. You're in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? You coming home late all the time, your shorty call or you call your shorty, neither one of you just answering the phone. You gotta take accountability for why this person feel how they feel. So, you being able to take accountability for your actions, what you do right and what you do wrong, being able to be aware of that, that's powerful because, I mean, even parents, some parents can't even acknowledge when they do wrong by their children. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm the parent. What I say is right. What I say goes. Yeah, you right. I'm going to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be disrespectful, but a lot of times you might come back and be like, yo, parent really wasn't 100% correct with the situation. And these are things that as parents, or not just parents, but just as adults, we have to come to terms with. Accountability is such a big role with things because we always quick to point the finger. You know what I mean? It's your fault. It's your fault. But if you pointing the finger, 3 point back at you. So for every one reason you could blame me, I can give you 3 why it's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's really a big thing. And I think, like, that's why I really don't be hanging with a lot of people because a lot of people, like, you've been through some things in life, and I get it. I'm not taking that from anybody, but it's a point where you got to grow up. You got to grow up, whether, you don't have kids or if you have kids and stuff like that, boom. You got to understand, man, when you have kids, granted, your people may have done things to you. That is not right to put your child through that because of what you went through.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's where you got to take accountability. And like, I know what I went through, so I'm not going to put my child through this now, Right. And I like that for the longest time. And like I said, just growing up and realizing a lot of things. And it's just a cold, hard truth. And no matter how bad it hurts or, how messed up it may seem, it's just, you got to grow from them things. And this is my perfect example. And I tell my mans this all the time. I'm like, boom, when you start doing something, you plant a seed, whether, you take on the stepfather role, whether you try to do music, whether you try to do a podcast or whatever you're doing, you plant a seed. Understand, if people start to talk or people start to judge you or whatever, you need dirt to grow. When you plant a seed, you need dirt to grow. So I'm like, don't look at it so bad. You need dirt to grow. I said, but when you start to, you know, get through that part and you start to sprout, you got to be very mindful about that dirt because too much dirt can hinder your growth. Right. I said, it's just understanding the two. So it's like, when I tell you, like, I'm so, like, in tune with a lot of things that going on in life, man, I got a lot of game up here. You know what I mean? I learned it from old heads. I just learned it from things I've been through in life. But that's just taking something so negative and looking at the positive in it.
At the end of the day, man, two negatives is always going to equal a positive. You know what I'm saying? So if you got some negative shit going on and you working on being positive and somebody give you some more negative shit, that's going to give you that push to be positive. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
Now, I see you working on visuals. I see you you also posted about an upcoming tour for the year, right? I see you want to get the audience involved and see where you should be going. So what are some of the hot spots on your list? What are some of the cities that you feel you want to tap in with? What are some of the cities you're looking forward to being at?
Florida, because I'm here. So Florida is really a good market for music. A lot of artists are blowing up in Florida right now. So we're gonna definitely do Florida. Ohio, man, Ohio, I got so much love out in Ohio. It's insane. So I'm trying to hit like Dayton, Ohio, Fostoria, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. And Houston right now is a big one for me. Houston, I'm lit in Houston. A lot of people know my music in Houston, and it's crazy because I've only been to Texas, and that's being in a layover. You know what I mean? So I ain't been there.
Yeah.
So you said what?
No, I said that's dope. Like that's a good look because that lets you know your sound is traveling.
Yeah. So what we plan on doing is we plan on because you got to know the Amtrak train. You know, you can put your car in there and they'll take you up. So we're gonna take the Amtrak train, and this is how we're gonna do it. It's gonna stop at Virginia. We're gonna take it down, and we're gonna stop at we're gonna do Ohio. We're gonna do Fostoria, Dayton, and Columbus. Then we're gonna do Tennessee. I did a show last year, an EDM show, because I got some pop music that you can turn into EDM. We sold 600 tickets. We sold out the whole venue. So we're gonna do Ohio. We're gonna do Tennessee. We're gonna come down through Georgia and then hit Florida. But as far as like Texas, like I want to go, we're probably gonna just hit these South cities right now, and then probably later in the year after we do that, then we're gonna take our tour to Texas, and then we're gonna do California.
Got you. So I see we still taking trips to Tennessee, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that track go hard, man. That track go hard.
Yeah, thank you. I literally wrote that like when me and my other half go through it, you know what I mean? So I'm not like, so I don't try to take it out the wrong way, man. I get in my bag and I write music.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Take a negative, make a positive.
That's it. That's why I always say, you know what I mean? I try to take something so negative and turn it positive. And it's like, sometimes she'll be like, oh, but she'll be more understanding, like, damn, you really made something beautiful out of something.
Yeah.
Where we were going. But I'm like, I'm glad you understand where I'm coming from. Now we're on the same page.
Facts.
You know?
That's what's up, man. And that's a beautiful thing, man. You have a support system, a genuine support system. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't have that. So the fact that you have that home base, that's a big start because a lot of people, you know, they can't even buy help these days. You know what I'm saying? So we got tour dates. Do we have the dates yet, or you still working out those details?
Yeah. So right now we're calling around different venues and spots to see what the price is looking like. Because mind you, I'm coming out pocket everything. I'm independent, so every dollar has to be accounted for. Like last year, man, I got scammed for about like $7,000. Ain't happening this year. So now I'm trying to make every dollar count. Yep. So we call in places. We writing down this venue. Okay, we call them. It's too high, and we can't bring that many people here. So we crossing that out. So I'm really just giving the people the idea to let them know, or putting a thought out there right now, because it's gonna go down. But I don't want to be pushing it last minute. At least if I'm pushing it now, come the start of the tour, people are already hip. Like, yo, he's been talking about. All right, now he's on it. Yo, we got to make our way to go see 2SAUCE. So, and this is my first tour, so it's different. It's real different.
Are you gonna be touring with any other artists, or is it 100% 2SAUCE?
2SAUCE. Last year, I was doing a lot of shows, opening up for Best Believe, and now I just the way I've been gaining my fan base, like I got a real loyal fan base, and it's pretty much spread out. But I want to see what I can do with my database and with gaining the trust and love from my fans. And I'm on some type of time like, man, if I only got 20 people coming to the show, I'm gonna rock out like it's 200.
That's it.
So it's really one of them things. Like, I'm not gonna be discouraged because of how many people show up. Be you know what I mean? That's like worrying about people who don't support you. Be thankful for the people who actually support you.
Facts.
So I'm really looking at it like that. At first, when me and my camera lady we started talking about it, at first I'm like, dang, like, what if it's not packed like that? She had to really talk to me like, listen, Sauce, this is your first one. You can't expect it to be like Coachella or something like that full of people. You know what I mean? So she's like, take what we get, run with it, gain their trust. So next time we go pull up in a city, they bring in 2-3 more friends apiece.
Fact.
Now that's when we get lit. So
facts. That's a good look. So you have the proper structure for it. I see you got like these sweatsuits going around. Is this something that you doing yourself personally, or is that something you helping somebody get out? Brand you helping get out? What's the story behind the sweatsuits and stuff like that?
So boom, that logo right there. I'm still rocking with the same lady who started making my shirts. At first, they were just black and white T-shirts. You know what I mean? With my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Snap, and my social media is out there. So when my brother died, that heart logo, she made that logo for me. And this is the cool story about the logo. She's like, a part of you is still there, but a part of you died when your brother died. So that's why you got the half heart with the 2 on it, and it's black. And then you got the metal finger, and it's dead. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's really meaning behind that logo right there.
That's fire. So now I see you posted. You got 1 medium left. Did you get rid of that yet, or?
Nah, I still got it. But yo, I had like 30 sweaters. When I told you I sold out of them fast. But sweatsuits a little bit different. And I tell people they're a little bit more pricey, but this is like Nike fleece, like the Nike fleece tech suit material.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little bit more money to pay for, but for me, it's not even about getting the money, because I'm gonna be so real with you. Off each hoodie I sell, I'm making like $14-15 off one hoodie. So it's not about the money right now. It's about branding.
Yeah.
So when people see that hoodie in a different city, yo, you get that hoodie from? I like that hoodie. Well, there's 2SAUCE. This is who he is. Check him out. Now it's potentially gaining me another fan.
Yep.
So it's not like I have to really take that out of the equation. Like, okay, you can charge people X, Y, and Z. Stop that. You're an independent artist. You're trying to get your name out there. Branding. So like now I'm getting another batch of hoodies. These gonna be my last batch. I just picked up probably about like another, I think like 34 of them, but I still got this sweatsuit. Mind you, this is the last one. You know what I mean? Once you get down to the last one, that's like it's like hard to tell the last thing sometimes. So
let's do this. Check this out. This is what I'm gonna do, right? That medium-sized sweatsuit, I'm gonna purchase that for one of the fans you choose. We're gonna create a challenge for your fans to post on their pages and tag you rocking, doing like a short reel to their favorite track of any song you got that they like. And then we'll let that rock for like, I don't know, 5-10 days, however long you want to do it. And then we can go live on Instagram, and then boom, you can select that fan at random. You know what I'm saying? You pick that fan based on whatever. You like the video, you like the edits, whatever it was. You're gonna pick the fan, and we'll make in the description, let it be known that it's a size medium sweatsuit. So that may limit whoever can make these reels. But I'll even up it one more. You got hoodies coming in, right? Or you got them already?
I got them coming in.
So say no more. So look, we'll do the sweatsuit and we'll do a hoodie. Any size based on what you got. But then you can really pick two fans. So you'll pick one fan for the sweatsuit, and then you pick another fan for a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Only thing they gotta do is post a reel with one of your songs that they really rocking with, do a reel with it, tag you in it, and then whatever, 5-10 days from now, whatever, we'll go live. We'll set the date, and then we'll pick them on live and let them know, and then you can ship off whatever you got to ship off to them.
Okay, that's a bet. It's crazy that you say that because I go live on TikTok. So what I was doing for like the past 3 months, every week I was doing a hoodie giveaway. And all I made people do was every time I post content, like, comment, and share. So, and I would give people the opportunity, like, boom, I post 5 TikToks maybe today. As long as you like, comment, and share, under each one, that's another time I'm gonna mark you down. So, boom, first TikTok, that's 1. Second TikTok, that's 2. I was literally taking names on pieces of paper and doing these giveaways. That's why I started to gain like a loyal, trust fan base. Like, yo, he ain't asking us to put $2 in. He's just asking us to do what we already do.
Yeah.
We already like the music. We already commented.
Yeah.
And they was really messing with it. I haven't done it this year, obviously, because into the New Year's and like the last 2 weeks of December, I ain't been with it because I was really trying to spend time with my family. But it's so crazy that you say that, man. We could definitely do that. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie to you. As long as you go live with me and we do that, I don't even care about the money. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No, but that's my way of extending additional support to what you got going. And also to see, so here's the thing, right? It's a lot harder to get people to believe in something when it's just you. But when they see someone believe in you that much, then that can encourage others to do the same. You know what I'm saying? And we can reach however many audiences possible. We can push your material out there, and who knows what this could turn into. You know what I'm saying? And I think the biggest side of it is just the fan feeling connected to the artist. You know what I'm saying? That's a big appreciation. You see guys, they blow up, they get big, and then they won't even stop for a picture. They won't even sign you an autograph. Like I just saw a video, Bad Bunny, a fan wanted to take a picture with him. He took her cell phone and threw it in the water. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that. Like, why would you do? That's a fan. This person paid to come see you perform. They waited outside for you to come out. Only thing they wanted was a picture. You tossed a phone in the water. That to me, that's terrible. You know what I'm saying? That's like the worst thing you could do. Like, the people are the reason that artists are able to live the lifestyle that they live. They buy your music, they buy your merchandise, they show up to your shows, you know what I'm saying? Like, they donate, they gift, whatever it is. And you turn around and do something like that, it's disgusting. It's terrible. You know what I'm saying? So the connection between the artist and the fan, I think, is the biggest thing, because as long as the connection is genuine and the people feel like they can genuinely connect with you, they're gonna always be there. They're gonna always be there.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about that. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That says a lot about you as a person. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even bump Bad Bunny, but
I don't bump him either.
That
man,
right there is just more reason why, like, I don't like certain parts of the industry. I don't care how much money I have or none of that. Like, I'm not a designer wearing person. You either catch me in my own brand or I rock Tommy Hilfiger.
That's what it's at.
Fact. So, like, these artists, they with the jewels and you're wearing your Mary jeans and your Balenciaga, your Gucci, and you get in the bag. You don't know what that person's going through.
Facts.
That person may not have money to go buy a new phone.
Facts.
And you got the audacity for somebody who's showing you love, and I don't care how you cut the cake. Fans make the artist.
All day.
Fans make the artist.
All day.
Bro, that's so disgusting of you as a person. Like, that's OD. I don't know. Yeah. That's disgusting.
Yeah. It's crazy that you said it too, because like I got an episode that's gonna be dropping soon, and I'm speaking on that. You know what I mean? Signs of a poor mentality. And unfortunately, artists that get a deal, the first thing they do is they want the big chain, they want the grills, they want the $200-something, $300-something thousand car, and they don't take the money to properly invest into what is supposed to be done. And then 2-3 years later, if they don't have success, they lose it all. They lose it all. They don't know about investing money into other things that can keep the money coming back to you. Because, like artists like LL Cool J, right? He's an icon. This dude don't ever have to drop music again, but he got such a crazy catalog, and he's always been so good to his fans. If he announced a tour right now, he'll sell out. He'll sell out. He'll sell out. And then you got current artists with 2-3 top records on the radio, and they can't do a show alone. They need a co-feature or something like that, and that speaks volumes of the lack of connection that these artists make with the fans. It's not a real thing that's going on. And like I told you, like before anything else, I connected to you just by listening to your music. I was like, oh, this is some real shit he putting out. Like I felt that connection off rip. You know what I'm saying? So trucking and everything else aside, just the message that you deliver and how you deliver it, like I told you at the beginning, that's what's gonna set you apart from everybody else.
Yeah, that I think and that's a big one too. What you say, like LL Cool J too. Like you gotta think about it. That man, you right. You got such a crazy catalog. He's acting now too. It's like I don't know. Like one thing about character, you can't buy that.
Yeah.
You might be able to front a little piece. You might be able to, because you get in the bag. People might put on this persona. You cannot buy character.
Yeah.
Character is gonna get you way further than what money could do.
Absolutely.
Like that's who you are. Like, and I also speak on like integrity too. Like when nobody's looking, the type of person that you are, you can only hide the type of person that you putting out to be for so long. If you're a good person, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about that. So like, I don't know, like I'm big on character. I'm big on integrity. I don't really speak on loyalty too much because everybody has their own concept about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things like character. You gonna realize what type of person that person is if they just going what they gonna do. Let a person talk enough. You know what I mean? Just shut your mouth for a minute. Let a person talk enough, and they gonna let you know who they are. So
the best way to know who's the smartest in the room is to keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? And just pay attention, right? Eventually, you'll know everything about everybody. So if you have to conversate, you already know exactly what you need to say to who and how to say it. You get what I'm saying? And vice versa. If you're the one over here always yapping, you might expose yourself for not being the smartest in the room. And then you might scare away potential investors, collaborations, and all of the above. So you hit that right on the head. A lot of people do too much talking. They don't listen enough. They hear you, but they don't listen. You know what I'm saying? And there's a big difference.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to touch on too, because you said like about the investment too. So like me, like I said, I'm not a materialistic person. So I mean, I got me a couple chains, whatever. That's for my image, but I had them chains since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
I've had enough money to go ahead and buy me some more chains, some grills in my mouth. I had to really understand like money management is a big thing. So if I could learn how to manage this little bit of money that I'm getting now, when you get the bigger bucks, bro, you'll be perfectly fine. So like me, I already told like my mom, the first thing I do whenever I'm going for a distribution deal. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I ain't signing with no label, getting a distribution deal because I'm still own a lot more of my stuff. So I told my mom's like, first thing I'm gonna do is I want to get her house fixed up so she can sell her house. It's because the property value has went up.
The equity.
Inflation.
Yeah, the equity.
Oh yeah, that was the word I was looking for. So fix the house up and they can make at least another $175,000 in profit. So my thing is, boom, when I sign my distribution deal, break my mom off how much she needs to get the house fixed up, she can sell the house, whatever. And my camera lady, I'm gonna bust her off. Great. You know that girl right there, she don't charge me for nothing. She don't charge me for videos. She don't charge me for shooting my content because she believes in me. She believes in the process. She know when time is right, I'm gonna take care of her. She already know that. So it's like we already have this investment plan to where we try to buy a bunch of land in Tennessee. We ain't gonna try to buy a bunch of land in Florida because Florida, in due time, man, the way people are treating the earth, man, this thing could be underwater in 15, 20 years.
Florida's man-made, you know what I'm saying? Florida used to be swamps, you know what I'm saying? Florida is 100% man-made, so, it's only a matter of time. Everything the man put his hands on eventually falls apart, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't made by God, it ain't gonna stand, the test of time.
Facts. So it's like one thing I'm gonna do, even when I sign my distribution deal, I'm not worried about getting no $20,000 chain. Like, first of all, I mean, granted, if you're gonna go ahead and get yourself a nice piece, I would say, man, get yourself some gold. Because gold, it has value. You know what I mean? Gold and silver ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
When you buy diamonds, it's like a car. Like it decreases in value as soon as you buy it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'm already hip on game with that. And man, like the car I got now, my car run good. What I look like buying me a $50,000 car that when it has problems, bro, you gon' or like you said, like $100,000 car when it has problems, I'm gonna be spending a lot more money to put in this car.
Everything
So
is
my whole
extra.
mindset is going in. I'm gonna really, when I get the bag, I'm gonna fix my car, maybe get a new color on it, fix the interior a little piece, get little things done. If it needs a new engine, all right, I'd rather pay for the new engine than go ahead and buy me a whole new car.
Facts.
It's one of those things my pops put into my ear, like, he was like, you know why relationships don't last? And I know this might sound, it all corresponds. He's like, reason why relationships don't last, he's like, think about a car. People buy a car, and as soon as it starts to go to shit, they're ready to get a new one. Right. Nobody really takes time out and puts that money or that time back into the relationship, or you ain't putting that money back in the car. Are you going to put that money, go ahead and start to get the things that needs to be fixed? And, that spoke value to me. That never left me. So I'm like, what do I look like buying this $50,000? I could take 10 grand and get my car fixed up, and it still run perfectly fine.
Big facts. Big facts. Yeah, no, people don't understand. Like, again, being committed to anything in life. You know what I'm saying? The second things get hard, they want to go. If they had a job and they love their job, let them have a bad run-in with a supervisor or a manager. That shit, they hate their job, they want to quit. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand how to deal with controversy. And, you have that knowledge already. So that in itself is going to help you, be able to overcome the obstacles that are going to come with being in the industry you in, because the music industry is real cutthroat. I mean, it really ain't no real love. It's probably, aside from like boxing, it's probably one of the most harsh businesses you could be in, because you never know who's really rocking with you. You never know who's really rocking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you ain't lying. You are not lying. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna say no names, but I had to realize a lot of people who were showing me like the fake love. I'm gonna just be honest, the fake love. Like, I'm a real genuine person, so I really watch who I'm around. So I know who I am. So if I see somebody else that could possibly make me try to steer away from who I am, I'm gonna cut you out, because I'm never gonna start to change who I truly am just because the way somebody else is acting. I had to learn that last year, because I used to show so much love, man, and I was wondering, like, why ain't getting the love back? Mind you, and the world owes me nothing.
Facts.
But at the same time, too, you have to start thinking about yourself. Like, you know what I mean? You over there trying to pour into somebody else's cup, and what happens when your cup is empty? They took everything from you.
Yeah.
So you have to really understand that. And I understood that this shit. I tell you, like, this 2022 was a year of me learning a lot in the business side. I already know, like, my blessings are about to flow in abundance, because I stuck with it. I didn't run from it. I had so many hardships. I could have stopped because of what happened to my brother. I could have stopped because I caught this little run-in with the law, whatever. With problems that are going on, but I stuck with it. I understood, like, okay, like, things are gonna happen. You know what I mean? You get a flat tire, you're not gonna leave your car on the side of the road.
Fact.
So just understanding, man, a lot of things, and that's why I said, like, a lot of people my age I don't really talk to, because a lot of people might think I'm better than them, something like that. But I got a lot of game, and I'd rather pass it on. I'd rather see you win. There's so much money out here. There's so much knowledge out here. There's so much for all of us to win.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm a firm believer, like, if you care about that person, man, you pass that down. I'm firm.
You help push them up.
Game told, not told. It cost me 2 years of my life for me to understand a lot of the things that I went through. That's why I really understood, the game meant to me, so not told. Because my people kept telling me, you're going to do this is going to happen to you. I wasn't hearing it.
Yeah.
It cost me 2 years of my life. That's time I can never get back.
Facts.
So.
Yeah, now you very wise, man. For 25, you very wise, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. I got another question for you. I'm from up top, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear sauce, I'm like, that's something we see. I'm fucked up, man. I got sauce last night. You know what I mean? Where does the name 2SAUCE come? Is that you saying like you've been 2SAUCE, or you have your own meaning to 2SAUCE?
So I've always can't wait to do this. So when people ask me what like 2SAUCE is, my biggest response was I can't have a recipe. You know what I mean? So Yeah, that's what I always kept in. You know what I mean? I kept in the archive, but it really came from like I really got my own wave. Like I got my own style. I got my own different type of sauce. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I really came up with the name 2SAUCE when I was locked up. Me and this kid, his name was Tudo. So he was like, bro, think of something with the name Two. And I was like, all right, 2SAUCE, what's up? Okay. Yeah, hold on, man. Let me take this into the other room.
All right.
But I really started to I had to understand, like, yo, you different. You got your own wave, you got your own source. Like, so when I started rapping, it was like, yo, bro, you got a lot of sauce, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm digging. I was thinking of the name 2SAUCE, but at first I thought it was corny. I'm like, nah, bro, it's different. I said, just stick with it. And even the dude who I was making the music with when I was locked up, he was like, nah, bro, 2SAUCE. He said, bro, that shit is saucy right there. He was like, man, that's different. He's like, nobody's really gonna know how to take that. You know what I'm saying? They either gonna like it, or they just gonna push it the other way. But I feel like 2SAUCE has its own little different flavor to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's really where it's at. That's how you want to, you want to flip it. Like when I heard sauce, like I said, I'm from the top, I'm from New York and shit. So like that's a term that we will use. Like, yeah, I'm sauce right now. Like, oh yeah, you're my man saucy right now. Or he talking saucy. You know what I mean? Like, so when I seen 2SAUCE, I was like, let me see where he got his from. You know what I'm saying? And uh it really kind of shines a little more light on it because again, you came up with the name while you was dealing with your darkest times. You know what I'm saying? Like you was down, you was in the pen. You was going through it, and again, something positive came out of something negative. So I mean, when we put this episode out, man, I really hope that a lot of these young artists can take a lot from this because um, I'm so glad that you are exactly what I thought you were just based on your music. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad you didn't get on fronting, like talking all crazy and all that. You know what I mean? Because, like, it happens too often. People feel like they got to sell this, like, facade. They got to get this different persona. And it's like, unfortunately, that's why we have so many deaths within our community because we don't know how to be who we truly are. We want to always portray to be the bigger, tougher guy. And in reality, man, there's no need for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is too short for us to be out here throwing it away. I mean, we out here pulling triggers like we could respawn in a video game. Ain't no respawning from that. You know what I'm saying? So we lose 2 lives. We put one in the ground, we put one in the cell. And both families is hurt behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the message and the knowledge I try to share with the youth because that's my goal with putting out these messages is to reach the youth. I mean, like the artist is the beautiful thing, but you already found your path. You know what you want to do. You know what you're working towards. My goal is to reach out to the ones that don't know what they want to do, that don't know how to manage their finances, that don't have a plan for the future. Because if you don't set a goal, if you don't have a plan, you're never gonna reach that final destination. If I called you like, yo, bro, I'm up the block, meet me, and I hang up, you don't know where to go. But if I'm like, yo, meet me on Hillsboro, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be up here till like 7, then you know exactly where to go. I mean, he on Hillsboro, I'm about to pull up, and you have a sense of direction to where you're gonna go. So that's like what I really want to get out to the youngins, which is like you gotta have a plan, man. If you fail to plan, you can plan to fail. You know what I'm saying?
Like you just said it, bro. If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. It's like cliche, but like it's the whole consistency and being dedication. It's so cliche, but it's free game.
Yeah.
You just gotta apply.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what I tell people all the time. You can take the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. So it's like, you know, you can have all the tools in the shed, but if you don't use the tools, you ain't never gonna get the job done.
Yeah, so many ways you can break it down,
Yeah,
man.
all day, all day.
And like because there's so many young people who are just misguided, and especially like you gotta think about it, like I'm from Staten Island, so it's one of these things like up north it's just very misguided young youth with the gangs and with the big homies and
Yeah.
it's like it's really sad. Like I'm not gonna lie, and that's not just that's not New York. That's a lot of these big
West
cities
Coast,
nowadays.
Chicago, all that. Funny that you said it, cause what fucked me up was when I was in the streets, I used to pull up and they be like, "Oh, that's the big homie," and I'm like, "Who's big homie?" You know what I'm saying? Like, this motherfucker 2, 3 years older than me, and he live with his moms. Fuck you talk? How he the big homie? You know what I'm saying? Like, where that come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was coming up, the big homies. If you was young, if you was playing ball, they tell you get your ass upstairs, man. Shouldn't you be at practice? You know what I mean, go do that homework. They kept you off the streets. But nowadays, you can't tell the difference, man. These motherfuckers be 45 years old, living with their mom, posted on the corner still. That's not where it's at. You know what I'm saying? That's not the movement. That's not the wave.
Yeah, it's sad. It's very misguided, you know. So, but I don't know. It's just it's one of them things, man. If you're not right up here and you don't got a mind of your own, and you're so very easily influenced, and that's one of the biggest things, man. Being very easily influenced. You have to have a mind of your own. You got to know when it's time to say no, and you knowing when it's time to say no and when it's time to go is a big thing.
Oh yeah, big facts. That's big facts. But yeah, man. So we covered the upcoming project. We covered the upcoming tours, right? We covered the music that's available. So would Apple Music be like the biggest platform for you right now?
Yeah, Apple Music, I'm going dumb. I'm doing 25,000 streams a week on Apple Music.
Okay, so we're gonna push. We're gonna let the people know. Keep looking for you on Apple Music. You on? I'm assuming you on Spotify, iHeart. You on all the major platforms?
Everywhere.
Got you. So we're gonna push the message out. We got the merchandise contest we're gonna put together. We could text, call, whatever behind the scene to get the details in line. What's the message you want to give to the people, man? Like, what do you want to give them right now to just kind of get them excited for what's coming up?
You can't do it and set yourself up for failure before you even try and you know what I mean, fail just before you even try. You're gonna miss like 100 of the shots that you don't take. So like, man, this year we're gonna take it to a new level. We're definitely gonna tap in with the fans on a different connection level. Because a person like me, bro, I get on video times with my fans. They call me on Facebook, they'll call me on Instagram. I'll video time these people. Like we all people though. You know what I mean? So
that's major, man. Like that's major that you do that because, like I said, man, like these artists, not just artists. Like I don't want to feel like I'm picking on artists, like athletes. Think about like you like basketball, you like football.
Yeah.
All right, so like whatever. I seen you got like you going to the Eagles and Giants game coming up.
Whatchamacallit? We was gonna try to go, but it's more type of time like, do we want to put up that bread or can we use it for the music differently? It's soon in due time.
Absolutely.
So,
but the reason I say that is because I guarantee that whoever your favorite ball player is, unless you already fuck with them, you can't jump on the jack and like try to get them on any of those apps. They're not gonna answer that shit. They got like these features in place where they won't even get your DM if you try to reach out to certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like they fail to realize they're in the position they're in. Yeah, they got great talent, but you're there because the people believe in you. The people enjoy to see you perform. They support you. They buy the tickets. They buy your jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Like people like they start to believe that they're above you. At the end of the day, I don't care if you got more money than me. If you get cut and I get cut, we both gonna bleed the same. You know what I'm saying? If they drop you in a pool and you can't swim, you gonna need air just like I'm gonna need air. You know what I'm saying? So like you really ain't better than the next man next to you. The decisions that you make in life might put you in a better position, but man to man, like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We always gonna be equal. We always gonna be equal. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have better attributes. You know what I mean? You might be stronger, you might be faster, you might sing better. You know what I'm saying? I might fucking read better, write better. We need each other. You know what I'm saying? I could read this contract better for you. I can't play ball like you, but I can read this fucking contract for you, let you know this is what's good for you, this is what's not good for you. So, the idea that because I got a bigger bag, I'm better than you, you got to really understand what you got around you and what's allowing you to be in that position.
Yeah, and you hit that right on the head. One thing that frustrates me is when a lot of people with money nowadays and they're like, call people broke. You know what I mean? Like, humble yourself. Yeah. You used to be in that same position. You put that in your music. You talk about how before this success with you doing your sports career, you know what I mean? Your mom, y'all was living in the projects. You was part of poverty. Stop calling people broke, man. I get it. People have their own financial hardships, but humble yourself for a second.
I feel like the biggest mistake people make is that they measure money as success, and that's wrong. The reason I say that is you got millionaires that commit suicide every day, and you could go downtown anywhere, find a homeless guy begging for change, happy, singing, smiling. Just think about that. So it's not a monetary gain that's gonna make you feel successful, right? For me, I tell people all the time, I'm rich. I got my wife, I got my 4 kids, I got my own home, right? I got my own situation, and everybody's healthy. I can have all the money in the world, but if my wife was dying from an illness, I can't do nothing about it. If my children was ill, I can't. That money don't do nothing for me. So at the end of the day, you can't really measure success. The people that have the most money deal with the most paranoia because they don't know who's real around them. It be the poorest ones. It be the one with the least monetary gains in their life that have the most loyal and the most real people around them. And that's why when they come up, it's an unstoppable force. It's so scary to see something. Look at someone like 50 Cent. G Unit then came and went, but the core always remained. It was always him, Banks, and Yayo. They added members, people fell out. They may not speak, they may not be together all the time, but ain't nothing you can tell Yayo about 50 that he gonna let slide, and vice versa, or Banks and them. That's something because they come from the mud together. You know what I'm saying? They really came up from that. Versus a group that like my dad owned the Yankees, your dad owned the Giants, and his dad owned whatever the Bills, and we all just grew up rich, and then for whatever reason we fall out over the simplest things. We don't have that commitment to each other. We feel like we don't need each other. We never had to uplift each other because we came from a different situation, and that's what separates someone like yourself, where you doing it independently. Can't nobody take this from you. Can't nobody be like, you know what? I'm taking the finances from you. Fuck your budget. You can't do the project. You know what I'm saying? You got a team in place that believe in you. You got your camera woman. You know what I'm saying? You got your producer. Bro, you got it. You good. You got your team in place. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, you can get on the phone right now and holler somebody about doing a video. They're gonna try to charge you like they Spike Lee, and they're not gonna be reliable when you need them. They're gonna take the bread. They're gonna want a crazy advance. And if you really on your job, then you should already have the equipment. So why I gotta advance you whatever money to get whatever equipment? If this is what you do, you know what I'm saying? So you in a great position right now, man. And aside from everything else, I'm gonna just tell you, like, yeah, I'm a fan on this side. I enjoy your music. I love your creativity. I love the message. I love what you stand for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to spectate and just watch you take off to the next level.
Yeah, I really do. I really do appreciate that. And like I said, you just giving my music the time of day is just all I can ask for. And I've only been on, I would say, no, I've never been on a podcast before. So I did one little interview. I got it on YouTube, but that's what my camera lady did for me. And like being on the podcast, so it was new to me. So I'm like, yo, I was nervous at first, but I'm like, I'm finna go do it. I was telling my story, I'm like, yo, I'm finna go do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't care. Like, okay, if I'm nervous, all right, once I get on there, I know everything will settle out. But also too, what I wanted to touch on, man, is my camera lady, man, she used to live in Delaware, right? Mm. And when I had shows in Ohio and Tennessee, all I did was pay for her flights. You know what I mean? Make sure she got a place to stay. Obviously, I got to get a hotel and stuff like that. She's just such a loyal person, and I respect that so much. And just having somebody like that, because like I said, like my producer too, when he first heard me, he believed in me. He was like, yo, 2SAUCE, you got something special. I don't know if you see it, but it's really different. So I don't know, man. It's one of these things that I'm real happy for the people that I know and that are sticking around, because God forbid if all this was to leave, what's up, mamas? God forbid all this was to leave today, them people always gonna be around. You know what I mean? I don't care about this fake industry stuff with all that money and all this stuff like that. I don't care about that. I've had the chance to sign for the dollar. We don't care about that. You know what I mean? The message is deeper. Who I am as a person means a lot more to me than when I sign and y'all gonna try to make me try to portray myself to be. A lot of people not understand that type of way. What's up, baby girl? But it's just real different, you know. So
And that's what's up, man. You know, you have to really look at it for what it is and break it down. By the way, this is a beautiful shot right here, man. You know what I'm saying? You here with your baby girl. You know what I mean? Like these are the things that like most artists won't even be willing to show that side. You know what I'm saying? Like um who was Fabulous, he was one of my favorite artists, you know what I'm saying? But like the whole world didn't really know what his personal life was like. Look at Drake. Drake was hiding his son from the world. Now he's kind of like forced to bring his son front and center. You know what I'm saying? But you embrace the moment, man. It's in your music. You know what I mean? It's in your music. It's a beautiful thing, man. I want to like salute you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I done seen people like, you know, keep them in the room. Don't let them come out. Hi. You know what I mean? I done seen it. You know what I mean? People have been like, nah, don't let them out. This is a real dope moment. And for anybody out there that got kids, I want you to look at this brother right here and take notes. 'Cause that's so major. That's so important. You know what I'm saying? You embrace that. That's man, I salute you, bro. Honestly, like that to me is big.
thank you, yo. And you know what? What's real touching is that my kids, they love my music. Like my son, he's a very big fan. You know what I mean? Mind you, he's not biologically mine, but you know what I mean. You can't tell him anything different. So like when he's at my shows, he's singing like he's the one like that made the music. You know what I mean? And he like my daughter, she's 2 years old, but her speech is so good.
Yeah.
She'll be singing that conversation with God like, when's the last time you prayed? Like she'll be singing it, man. And I had to realize, I'm like, yo, she's 2, he's 8. This music is gonna influence generations.
It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow, bro. It's that's you got good music, you got great music. You know what I'm saying? Um, for those that haven't heard your music and to hear me say great music, they're gonna be like, oh, he reaching. But just wait. Wait till they actually get to sit and listen to it and appreciate it and see how I guarantee there's at least one record on each one of your projects that anybody can relate to. I guarantee it. There's no way. There's no way someone cannot listen to your music and say, yo, even if it's one record that they can't say, yo, I was jacking that one record. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And this is one thing I like to say, man, because I am who I say I am, and that's like my biggest flex. I tell anybody that I said, listen, you can when you're dealing with me, you can either accept me for who I am, believe me for that. If not, okay, you do you. But like my biggest flex is I am who I say I am. So I don't be out here trying to portray to be somebody that I'm not. Like I told you before, I'm not a gangster. I'm not a thug. I'm not in the streets. You know what I mean? I'm on the sidewalk. I can keep the streets. I know what it's like. So I got, you know what I mean? These beautiful kids that want to see me come home every day. I don't got time to be fronting to be something that I'm not, or trying to be this tough guy. There's somebody out there trying to be that's way tougher than me and just trying to be that dude. Cool. So like when I'm speaking this genuineness in my music, man, that's one thing I can always say, man. I am who I say I am, and my music's gonna speak for me. A lot of people tell me, yo, bro, you hear the pain in your voice. Like even in that song Road Running, I said you can hear the pain in my voice. The grinding hard because I ain't got a choice. Straight up, it's just I really told myself I'm not gonna work another job again. I'm not gonna, and it's not nothing bad or like me trying to sound like an arrogant person. It's just if I put that much time as I would every week into that job, imagine where I'd be with myself if I put that time into myself.
Hey man, I got an episode about it's 9 to 5 versus IBO, and IBO stands for independent business owner, and I try to really explain to people like not everybody is designed to be their own boss. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people wouldn't believe how much they can accomplish if they just put, like you just said, that same amount of effort into what they want to do in life versus putting into somebody else's. Because that's the way you do it. You either working on somebody else's dream or you making yours a reality. That's it. Those are the only two lanes. You know what I'm saying? And you're making yours a reality. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that don't have the courage you have. It takes a lot of courage to wake up and say, I don't know where this bag gonna come from, but I'm gonna go get it. That takes a lot of courage versus like, well, while you doing that, I know I gotta be at work at 8. Even though I hate being at this job, I gotta be there at 8, and I know I'm gonna get paid on Friday. I'm gonna have enough to pay my bills and maybe have a little bit left over. two different mentalities. I think it takes a brave individual to rely on that system as well, because the pandemic showed the world that you know if you're not in control of your own destiny, they can hit the pause button at any time, and that's it. Everything is over. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about you had to be vaccinated to get to go to work. You had to wear a mask. A lot of companies say, "Yo, we just not gonna take the chance. Send everybody home. We're gonna make you work remotely." If you didn't have a job that allowed you to work remotely, then you was out of a job. Yeah, I can't. Not that I can't. I won't operate under those terms. You know what I'm saying? So when you say that right there, I'm with you 100%, man. You know what I mean? I got my own companies. I do my own thing. I'm independent 100%. So when you speak on that, again, another thing I salute you on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And it's just, like, we have that level of understanding, and a lot of people, they're this is one of these prime examples. It hit me because I read it, and it's like, think about Monopoly. You go around the board, you know what I mean? You pass go, you collect your 200. That's like everybody just going to work, every week or bi-weekly, you check, and everybody's trying to stay out of jail. Yep. But in Monopoly, what are you doing in Monopoly? You trying to buy assets, you're trying to get the other person out the game.
Yep.
You don't, so think about your life, apply this to your life. What are you doing out here? And all you got to show for is your Mary jeans, your chain, and your car, but you don't have no assets to go ahead and create no generational wealth or help you get any further. And that's when I read that. I'm like, yo, this is insane. I'm like, yo, this is like everything that I need to know in my hands right now. Yeah. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be in this life without owning some land, creating revenue off of it, investing in, like, I'm already invested in myself. That's one of the biggest investments you can make, is investing in yourself. Absolutely. So I'll be damned if I'm just gonna be passing go, collecting 200 and thinking I'm just gonna pay everybody else just to keep making it in life.
Facts.
It don't work like that.
Facts. Now, and you hit it on the head, man. And you only 25, man. So that's the beauty in it. You're so young. You still got so much time to accomplish so much more, to learn so much more, so that you can be able to apply to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Aside from music, what's something else that may inspire you? Something that you may have aspirations to explore down the line? Like, would you ever see yourself in like a movie or a TV series, or like how do you feel about stuff like that?
I've always talked about getting into like the whole acting scene, because I feel like I could play roles. I feel like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like I have a good fit for it. You know what I mean? I would love to try to get into some shows, some small acting gigs and stuff like that. That's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's like, in my life, there's more to it. Like, you can really be anything you want to be. You know what I mean? So even like I like wrestling. When I was in school and stuff, before I started to really get in trouble, stuff like that, man, I was so good with wrestling. So that's one of those things I love to do. I was good at it, but I gave it up, with the smoking, being in the streets and stuff like that. So it's like, far as from like the whole music, like, there's no plan B, obviously. Because if you got a plan B, you'll never put everything into plan A.
That's right. Yeah. Your plan B should be to make sure you complete plan A.
Yo, there you go. You said it right on the head. But as far as like other things like I want to do, man, I would love to get into the acting scene. You know what I mean? I would love to see what it's like to take on some roles and see what it's like to get there. Like Martin Lawrence, he's one of my biggest like influences with really watching National Security again. And mind you, when I watched that, I was like 7, 8 years old. So like I remember some of it, but now I watched it yesterday. I'm like, yo, I gained the concept.
Yeah, you understand it now.
Yeah. So I'm like, no wonder why I always loved Martin Lawrence. I'm like, yo, that man is just like such a, he's so full of life. When you see him on that screen, regardless of what role he plays, mind you, I ain't never met the man in a day of my life. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's like, but the roles that he plays, man, he seems like such a vibrant, wholesome person. Like, You know, and that's just the vibes he get off. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Because you can never truly trust anything on the screen. So it's just, I don't know. It's just, it definitely influenced me to make me like be like,
you feel that connection to him. That's all it is. You feel a genuine connection to the dude. That's what's up. What's the if you could explore like a different avenue with other artists. I seen you have put for everybody to tag Rod Wave. You know what I'm saying? Um, Rod Wave, aside from getting a feature or whatever it is your intention is to do with Rod Wave, what are some artists that actually do pique your interest? Some artists that you feel like you on that timeline with them, not musically, because I'm telling you, I personally believe, and it ain't because you on my podcast. It's because it's how I really feel. I don't really be in tune with new artists. I don't really do the new music. Like I'm an old school Bronx cat. I'm about like the bars, the proper, you know what I mean? I came up with the OGs of the game, you know what I'm saying? Um, not a big fan of like they call like the mumble rap. And I think that's what separates you from all that, because you're not doing the mumble rap. You actually spitting. Every now and then I can hear like a little bit of audio tune, but it's not controlling your sound. Your sound is your sound. You know what I'm saying? Um, what are some artists, Rod Wave? I mean, you put that out yourself. So what's another artist that you would like to work on or work with?
I'm not gonna lie, he's blowing up in Florida right now. His name is ITS Have. I started listening to him because of my camera lady, and there was this one song she played. I ain't really like it. And then like he made another song. I'm like, yo, this is the same dude. I'm just like, and mind you, I like to listen to underground artists. Besides Rod Wave, I'm keeping the whole band with you. I don't really listen to. I might listen to Juice WRLD here and there, some of Kevin Gates' old stuff. But as far as all this, like this drill rap and you know what I mean, Kodak Black and all this stuff, it ain't nothing to them. It's just I understand what the message is behind it, and I don't condone it. I'm not gonna feed myself that, and I'm a firm believer of, you know what I mean, being healthy is part of what you eat, what you take, what you're listening to, what you're watching. So I don't try to poison myself with all this garbage.
That's what's up.
ITS Have, he's one of these people like he could be street, but the message he says behind it, man, it's not. It's like it's not street to where it's like you gotta be gangster. Like my son, I let my son listen to him because it's just he's really dope. Like he got a message. Like I don't know. Whenever you get the chance to look him up, his name is ITS space ITS space HAB ITS Have.
Yeah,
really dope artist.
I'm gonna look him up.
You said what?
Yeah, I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, and you gonna see why I listen to him, and it's just like as far as like any other artist that really influences me or I want to do anything with, I can't even say there's too much. I definitely want to work with ITS Have, but and Rod Wave in due time, because Rod Wave got meaningful music.
I think a dope from a fan point of view, a dope feature for you would be like a J. Cole.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
I think you and J. Cole on a track, I think that shit is it's crazy. I think it's crazy. I like if I could put together a feature as a fan that I would put you with J. Cole, bro. Honestly.
So that's different. That's tough. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think I would, if I was to get any feature from like Rod Wave or J. Cole, I think I ain't gonna lie, I'd lose my shit.
Let's not say if. Let's say when.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie to you. Thank you.
Let's say when, not if. When. You know what I'm saying? We not trying, we doing. You know what I'm saying? We not trying, we doing.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, that's gonna really. I mean, first of all, I know I'm emotional about it because when I start to reach milestones, I think about my brother. This is everything I told him that's gonna happen. Bro, everything I'm talking about now that's happening, I literally manifested this. I prayed on it, but most of all, I put forth the action.
Yeah.
So, man, that's just gonna be such a blessing. I feel like just waking up, man, and being healthy, my kids being healthy, like you said, like, you know, being rich in that aspect, man, that's just a blessing itself. Anything else that adds on to life, whether it's the money, whether the success that comes with the life, you know, you're able to get a bigger house, you're able to buy this land, man, that's everything added on. But you know,
that's just the cherry on top, man. You know what I mean? That's just the cherry on top.
That's it, man.
That's what's up, man. So I'm excited for what you got going on. I'm excited for what you got coming up. Um, you got more merchandise coming in. We gonna put something together for that for the fans. What are some ways? I mean, I know you say you active with the social media. But what are some ways that the fans can kind of reach out to you or other artists that may want to work with you? I seen you got a promo going on for. Is it for the rest of this month or is it for next month?
It's for the rest of this month, bro. So because next month people are gonna wish they invested that $500. That's what I'm gonna say. If you're really serious about your craft, it cost me $500 to drop a song. So to think I'm just gonna give somebody a free feature just because they're gonna try to enjoy the fruits of my labor, that's a no-no. So I don't do gangster rap. So if you got that type of rap, you can just ask me out. I ain't gonna do it with you. It ain't no disrespect towards you. I'm not putting myself in that position, you know. But right now, man, somebody paid me for a feature, so I got a feature coming out for it. This is my first feature somebody paid for, and I was really excited about it. And what he has is dope. So I finished the verse. In like 20 minutes. I sent him it. He was like, "Yo, bro, like, whoa." He was like, "Yo, this is hard." I'm like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "I'm gonna give you what you paid for."
Yeah.
You know. And little do he know is that when things do pop off,
yeah, he gonna go with you.
That $500 though, you gonna see.
Oh yeah.
And mind you, like I said, I'm not charging nobody to make no money. Listen, man, it cost me $350 to do a mix and master. It cost me $75 to record for the album. Right there, that's already $425. You know, and then through DistroKid, it cost me another like $58. But mind you, at first I was paying for my cover art. Now I don't pay for cover art. So if you want to be technical, I'm making like $20-something off that. That ain't nothing. You know what I mean?
That ain't nothing. Facts. That ain't nothing. So listen, man, to anybody and everybody that tunes in and y'all get to this point, take advantage of this, man. Take advantage of this because it's a great opportunity to get on this ship before it take off. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people they like to wait for the ship to go. They like to burn the bridge and then ask for help and expect you to send a boat. Listen, 2SAUCE is offering y'all an opportunity right now. $500 a feature. All right. Listen to the music. Trust me, whatever he give you is gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. No gangster rap, no shoot 'em up shit, no hustlers, none of that shit. I mean, positive vibes, good music. I mean, make sure y'all get in touch with the brother at that boy 2SAUCE on Instagram. Well, what are your other handles on other platforms?
That's it. That boy 2SAUCE. I try to keep it up.
That boy 2SAUCE, man, and that's THATBOI, the number 2, the word sauce, SAUCE. Am I correct on that?
Yes, 100%.
So make sure y'all tap in with the brother, man, because he gonna bless y'all with this work. He gonna give you that fire, man. He's on his way up, and if you smart, you put that bread behind your craft, like he said, and you gonna catch a free shuttle to the next level, man. Because this brother, he's already on his way, man. I need the people to really understand that because, like I said, there's not a lot of artists that I listen to, and I'm talking about mainstream artists, and I won't listen to them. And I came across your music, and I was like, oh, he the one, he the next one. And I had to tap in with you. I did that, and look where we at today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo, I'm real excited about this. Am I gonna be able to replay this?
Absolutely. I'm gonna have it cleaned up. We had a couple technical difficulties. You're gonna get it before we put it out. And just so you know, when we put it out, you'll be on all major platforms as well: Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. I mean, you're gonna be everywhere that the podcast is released. You're gonna be there. But you're gonna get it. And then you can chop up, use whatever clips you want for promo as well.
Oh, that's fire. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah. So you're gonna get it before anything else, and you're gonna know exactly when when we're doing this.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So
yeah, man. I'm excited. Thanks for shouting me out like that, because, man, like, I don't think people really understand. Like, I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not just trying to gas me up or nothing like that, yo. I just know where everything I work for and what's coming, and it's just one of these things. A lot of people think because we've been at shows and we've opened up for the same artists and we chopped it up and talked, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm not that big as they say. Nothing in life is free. When you go into the Nike store, you don't ask them to lower the price on the tech suit or lower the price on the sneaker. So one thing about me is I pay. If somebody tells me that's their rate, I'm gonna respect it. You know what I mean? That's your rate. I gotta respect it. If not, I can go somewhere with it, and I don't take that no type of offensive way. That is your rate, and you gotta respect people for what they got. All right, if you think it's too expensive and you can find it somewhere else better, all right, you go do what you do. But my rate's my rate, and just, you know what I mean, respect it. That's all.
That's it. They gotta catch that 500 before it's 500K. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Next month, bro, it's going to 1,000. I'm telling people right now.
Yeah.
It's going to 1,000.
They gotta jump on it now.
Because the numbers are going up, and like I said, what's about to happen, man, and when it's 1,000, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like, all right, well then it's just 500, but what's going on with this? People don't understand that I have a fan base that is going to listen to you.
Absolutely.
These people are going to listen to you. Like, they listen. People listen to my music. Like how you was pointing out about the CDL thing. That's how I know you really be listening to the music.
Oh yeah, no, I'm tapped in.
So, like, it's one of those things. Like, if you want to gain a percentage of this fan base, even though you could potentially gain the whole thing, depending on how far you are. That's all depending on you. But it's just like, man, if you're down to invest, man, invest. But one thing I can say, and I'm going to give this free game, if you out here making music, man, the best game I was given by my producers, I dropped a song a month. From January all the way, you'll see literally every month I dropped a song.
Yeah.
And even come December for artists, a lot of people don't drop no music because they don't run ads because they're fighting with the Christmas ads and stuff like that, which makes sense. But I'm an independent artist. I ain't got no time for taking no breaks. My fans want to keep hearing new music. Yep. So I don't care about taking the break. Christmas time is here. Cool. All right. We're gonna get the kids what they gotta get. We're gonna get the family what they gotta get presents wise. But the music still has to go on. The show needs to still be rolling. Best thing I can give y'all, man, drop a song a month. And I've been getting a lot of these comments too about the whole broken heart. Like, bro, can you post a new song? I'm getting tired of seeing the same thing. People don't understand that marketing. I'm gonna run that song down your throat.
That shit fire. Like I said, that's the song that got my attention. That's the song that got us sitting here talking right now, bro. That song made me listen to everything else, and I was like, let me see what else he got. And I seen the library pop up. I was like, oh, he got 2 projects out, shitload of singles. We about to listen. Tapped in, and I was like, oh shit. And I think it's so dope that you don't need a feature, bro. Like, you doing everything. You got the intro, you drop the bars, you got the hook, like, you doing it all. You know what I'm saying? I think that's for me really defines a true artist. A lot of guys got bars. Like 50 Cent was a rapper, but he understood how to give you that hook. I mean, he caught you with that hook, and even though he didn't have to sing, he could rap the hook, but he could really pull you in, and you got the ability to rap and sing the hook, bro. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, when I started making music in itself, I was like, I mean, it was just me. I was in there for 3 months by myself. So I'm in the box. I'm like, yo, like, I want somebody to get on this. I'm like, yo, man, you're not gonna see nobody else for a long time. Like, so I started doing my own courses and back-to-back verses, and I ain't gonna lie, I grew from that. And I'm like, I started just making this music, man. And it's just like, you gotta think about it. The hook is a big way you're gonna catch a lot of people.
Yeah.
That first verse is gonna really determine if they're gonna listen to this whole song.
Fact.
So you basically gotta throw that out, and then once they hear that verse, you need to reel them in.
ASAP.
So that's how I come on every song. Like one of my top 5 favorite songs that keeps me going through everything, man, is Forever. Because after my brother died, I wrote that song because I'm like, yo, bro, you broke down right now. You going through hardships, and bro, and this is something I've always wanted to say on a podcast too. A lot of these songs, man, I wrote with tears in my eyes, and I had to wipe these tears by myself. And you know what I mean? I understand it's okay not to be okay sometimes. Oh, yeah. It's okay to cry. You know what I mean? It's okay to express your feelings.
We have to normalize that, man. That's why we got so many people with so much aggression, so much anger, because they don't know how to release that. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I must tell you, Different Man. Different Man for me, that record, like I told you earlier, man, it just, I identify with so many parts of that record where you really just kind of reflecting and you really, like you said, you kind of G-checking yourself on that shit. You know what I mean? You kind of calling yourself out on that. And I think that that's fire when the way you're able to do that, and just you're so grounded with what reality is. You're not like living in a facade. You're not living in this fake world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I named it Different Man because like I really wanted to become a different man than who I was like, you know, being an example as. Like, I'm not the same man I was when I first hit 18, that teenager, that kid. You know what I mean? You'll never be able to tell that, yo, you was this troubled kid and this, you know what I mean, this person who just was just doing these messed up things to people. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's one of those things, yo, you could either choose to grow. After a certain age, I'm gonna be real with you. You know what your pineal gland is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's scientifically proven. Like, once your pineal gland closes, that's why a lot of people never grow up. You know what I mean? Because your pineal gland starts to close, man. And that's why people 30, 40, 50 years old doing the same stuff because
yeah.
And I'm aware of this.
And that goes with the, you know, time don't wait for nobody. You know what I'm saying? The time gonna keep going. So if you don't grow within that time frame, before those glands close, you kind of stuck in a trance. You stuck in that same time frame. You know what I mean?
That's the matrix you're talking about, man. Very easy to be caught in that.
You get it. You get it.
Yeah, man.
You get it. Oh,
I limit myself on like what I'm listening to, what I'm watching. Like my Instagram is mostly like you know who Grant Cardone is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant Cardone. Like it's motivational posts. Man, I had to delete all that, like these fighting videos, just nonsense. I don't be following nonsense.
I did the same thing, man. Like, you know, I try to keep all the negative stuff off my feed because, you know, all it takes is one thing to really impact your day negatively. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to do all that work to get back on that positive wave. You know what I mean?
Facts. And just like that, yo. Just like that, yo. That's separating the blind from the woke. Like, you know, you got the blind trying to lead the blind all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Nah, and that's what I do, man. I speak from personal experiences. You know what I mean? Like I said, I come from the hood. I did my dirt. I grew from a boy to a man. I'm raising 4 young kings. I got my queen. I take care of my whole family. I do what I got to do as a man. My podcast is Fix Pro Tips, Business, Sports, and Entertainment. I can speak on business. I got 4 businesses that I operate on my own. Sports, I used to box. I had scholarships for football. Entertainment, I used to do music, so I can relate to many different topics. So when I can give someone game, I'm giving you from my personal experience, but I feel like because I went through it, whatever knowledge or whatever game I can give you, maybe not everything applies to you, but some of that you can take and add to your mix, and maybe you get a better formula.
Respectfully. And anybody who listens, you can really learn from you. You can really learn from you. Because everything that you're talking about, like how you just like, basically we're talking about the Matrix, but we steered from that and then you bring it back up again. It's like he I know what he's talking about. He's really trying to enlighten people on that. You know what I mean? So you can really learn from somebody like you on these podcasts. You got to be open-minded. You got to be willing to learn, you know?
That's the thing, man. You got to be willing to learn, man. And I appreciate that, man. A lot of people don't catch that. A lot of people don't, acknowledge that.
Yeah, I'm back now.
There we go.
I don't know why I keep ending like that, but my phone on 7%, and I know we about to wrap it up, so it kind of works too.
We're gonna wrap it up. All right, yeah. So, like I was saying, man, it's been a pleasure having you on. Looking forward to your growth. Looking forward to having you back. Hopefully, we could next time do it in person with the cameras, and we could really have a good time and really unwind with it. What's your last take? What's your last message for the fans? For those that are in tune with you, for those that are gonna hear from you for the first time.
It's so cool, baby. I just want to touch on. I want to say first and foremost, thank you to everybody who was just giving my music the time of day. You know what I mean? There's a million other artists out there, but you took the time out to give me a listen, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for everybody who comes back and shows me support. I want to appreciate you for having me on the podcast. He found me through the reels, and this is what connected us through the music. That's why music is so special, man. A lot of people connect through music, and it's such a beautiful thing. The last thing I want to say is, man, never count yourself out for anything. Never count yourself out, because there's so much you can do in life. There's so many people who start late, as a lot of people would say, man. So never count yourself out. Believe in yourself, and for people that are supporting you, never worry about for those that you want to support. You may not have the support from your family, you may not have the support from your friends, but you're gonna have people who don't know you who might support you hard, and you gotta appreciate them people.
Real talk. That's real talk, man. Hey, man, for everybody that did tune in, I'm Coach Fig. Want to thank y'all for your time, man. This will be a special episode. We're gonna actually drop it as a bonus. We this season is already uploaded with Spotify, and they handling our distribution. So I'm gonna add this to the episodes as a bonus. Hopefully, we can get you in. You release midweek. We already scheduled for Sunday, and then the following Sunday we have another release. So I'm gonna try to get you into like the following Wednesday, hopefully, just right in between that window, so we can get this out right away, so other artists can hear, about the promotion that's going on. I'm also gonna take that clip. I'm gonna put it on my IG and just keep passing along to anybody that I know. I'll tag them on that, let them know to holler at you for these features, man. Again, man, appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to your growth. We're gonna stay in tune. I'll link with you. We'll figure it out how to get the fans involved for the real challenge. And man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep putting out good music. Keep being positive. Keep being you. Don't let the world change you, but keep working on changing the world. You know what I'm saying?
Word, man. I appreciate you, man, and appreciate y'all. For those who are gonna listen to this, man, if you made it this far, thank you for giving this the time of day, man.
Big facts. Hey, salute, my brother. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yo, be easy, man. Have a good night.
Likewise.